And today, Corey Lewandowski and Trump's attorneys are inside the convention center today, and they move everybody up, okay? And you still can't see what's going on. There's something wrong, man. There's something wrong. Listen, you don't have to be a Democrat or Republican. You know something's wrong. And this is really sad in America right now.
Well, I mean, if they're having you, quote, observe from 150 feet away, I'm 51, I can barely see 10 feet away. I mean, that's, yeah. Brian McCafferty, I appreciate your coming on tonight and telling us what you saw, or rather what you didn't see. Thanks very much. Good for you for being...
But Tucker, I also took video of what I saw. I took video of what I saw. And that's why I got thrown out.
Yeah. Of course. Too much transparency. And by the way, if I can just say the obvious point that no one wants to say, the city of Philadelphia has a long and very well-documented history of corruption. Doesn't mean corruption's going on now, but it means it has a lot in the past. So the onus is on them to reassure our concerns about their vote counting. It's not on us, it's on them. And they're preventing you from watching? Okay.
Well, let's just finalize this. The mayor let this city burn to the ground.
Yeah, I noticed.
Yep. Okay? Jim Kenney and Josh Shapiro, let's just say something. Josh Shapiro said before the election that, Trump can't win. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. That's not reassuring.
Are we really... No, Tucker, are we going to let this happen? Yes or no?
We're going to watch as carefully, press as hard, be as honest as we can be, because in the end, no one will believe the results of any election if they don't believe the results of this election. That's our view. We mean it. And so we're going to press forward. That's why we're having you on tonight, and we're happy to. Thanks, Brian.
Thank you.
You're not letting me in? Well, what? No. That's why I tell you, call the police. Do it. If you legal, call the cops.
The city guy is in the bathroom. He'll be there. Call that number. Tell him to call somebody.
I have a citywide watcher certificate.
And it's not for this location.
No, it's not for it. Is not. Is this the city of Philadelphia? This is the city of Philadelphia. This is the city of Philadelphia. This is the city of Philadelphia. You wanted to talk. You wanted to talk outside. Let's talk. I have a watcher certificate. I asked you to read the line. The line said it's good in every ward and division in the city.
Trump campaign, quote, election officials are intentionally refusing to allow representatives and poll workers.
I'm going to send it to Bill.
This lady is marking the ballots. I filmed her a half hour ago doing 6, and she's still working at it. Let's stamp it, received, and let's fill in our 6 blanks. All at the top of the tickets on each one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there's a security guard right there who's watching her. The cops are in on it. Disgusting.
Just listen to this shit. Listen.
As you can see behind me, we have a team working just day and night until every vote is counted in Philadelphia.
Where behind you do you see workers working super hard day and night?
Yes.
Yeah, where can I find a handful of them?
I don't know, man. Hey, I'm almost finished with the boxes today.
All right, brother.
Hey, not a problem, man. I'm gonna see if I can get you some like a little nice little handful. What's your unit number?
You're gonna get a handful?
What's your unit number?
322. You gonna get a handful?
I'll probably put I don't know, maybe. If it's in there, I ain't do it.
And you'll put some in there for me.
I might, man.
All right, brother.
See what I can do.
A postal worker in Nevada offered our undercover journalist a handful of ballots that was sent to the wrong address. This is another example of USPS voter fraud.
Project Veritas have posted a story in the last couple of hours that alleges some cases of voter fraud in Michigan. Have a look and make up your own mind.
So 8 p.m. election day, November 3rd,
the Court of Appeals ruled ballots have to be received by that time. And what were you told?
To separate them today so they can mark them with yesterday's date.
Some of us got some extra ballots and stuff. How many of those you getting lately? People with extra ballots are undeliverable or whatever.
It's been quite a few.
Quite a few?
You know, people are sending based off their old address. So, yeah, it's been quite a few.
Well, if it wasn't me, though, hypothetically, though, it could be done.
I can't say nothing because I don't know. I'm just a delivery.
All right. But there's a lot of them out there like that, though,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, there are.
Where's the most of them at then? If we were hypothetically...
A handful?
Yeah, where can I find a handful of them?
I don't know, man. Hey, I'm almost finished with the boxes today.
All right, brother.
Hey, not a problem, man. I'm going to see if I can get you some, like a little nice little handful. What's your unit number?
You're going to get a handful?
What's your unit number?
322. You're going to get a handful?
I'll probably I don't know, maybe. If it's in there, I ain't do it.
And you'll put some in there for me?
I might, man.
All right, brother.
See what I can do.
In Philadelphia, and the people of Philadelphia who are running this election refuse to honor the judge's order. They're continuing to keep us behind bike rack. They're continuing not to give us the access to these ballots. This flies in the face of democracy. This flies in the face of the judge's order. And the attorney for the city said they're going to evaluate, Stuart, the judge's order. I don't know how you evaluate a judge's order. It is crystal clear. Take down the barricades and let the people of the legal authority to go inside and observe this process to take place to do so. They have said no. We've now called the county sheriff. There may be a law enforcement requirement here, Stuart.
You guys had 8 attorneys. I think it was 8 attorneys entering their appearance on this. I don't understand why 8 attorneys need to evaluate this order. I did it all by myself. It says that no later than 10:30 today, you're to follow the election code, and my people, my clients, representatives, are to be within 6 feet of the process.
We have read the order, and we are complying with the order, and we will discuss it with you in a bit.
The compliance is 6 feet.
What would that compliance look like compared to this? Just come so we can get trying.
Look, here in Nevada, I have to tell you, we have found and just referred to DOJ 3,062 people who were found really through publicly available information that journalists should be digging into. But we, the campaign, found 3,062 people who violated residency requirements in Nevada and voted when they don't live here, and they didn't meet the residency requirements. Now, some of these individuals may have lived here in the past and got a ballot sent to them. We don't know the exact details yet, but we do know that they voted. And so what we are doing is referring these individuals to DOJ so that they can look at the details for possible criminal prosecution.
I'm Lisette Lassinger-Tarragano, a retired attorney. I'm here to observe the count for the GOP, and I've been here since 7:30 this morning. This is Thursday morning, November 5th. They won't let us in. We're told the PA commissioner has not updated the lists. They will not let people in, and it's very frustrating because we're supposed to observe the count, and I think that we've been out here for an hour and a half just waiting, a bunch of us, and it's very disconcerting.
And so I have the Baxter, Mr. Baxter, whatever, had to go to the head guy because I want to see every one of those ballots, copy them down the precinct because they don't show up on any list. So I just grabbed one box. It's 500 names of people that are not on the register, they're not on the supplement list.
Were you in there?
She was in there this morning. No, I've been in there all day. I just left.
And so why won't they let anybody into view?
Their capacity. They said there's capacity. In the morning, you could just walk right in. So I trained and walked right in.
Because of COVID, they're saying capacity?
We all have masks on.
No,
we'll put our masks on.
I think it's the poll workers
don't
like us
see
there. And they're very rude.
But you're allowed legally to go. It doesn't say there's capacity.
That's why we have the Supreme Court order.
Yeah.
And not to let us in the building?
Not to let you in the building, it's bizarre.
Because this building is not
So
a capacity.
and you know, there's
Maybe
those
the
of
room
us that leave, like a few people at 10:30 and it's already 11:30. So I don't understand what needs to be evaluated.
As soon as we can. So someone will respond to you in writing or come down and talk to you?
No, I'm right here. You don't need to respond in writing.
Okay. Well, we will tell you.
I'll come with you.
When we evaluate.
Why don't we all talk about it? What do you need to evaluate?
You've talked. You're talking. There's nothing more to say at the moment.
Now, my name is Pam Bondi. I'm one of the president's lawyers.
Yes,
and
yes, I know who you are.
Thank you for helping us or evaluating this. I mean, the order's pretty clear. I've been a lawyer for 30 years. Can you tell us what's unclear about it? You're a private lawyer and acting in a government capacity.
Lawyer who represents the city.
Great.
The city is evaluating it, and I can't tell you anything more than
They're
that.
evaluating a judge's order?
Yeah, what the order means, and when they're ready to talk to you about it, they will. But I can assure you that they're not violating it under any...
The order is currently in effect.
They're not violating
You
the
guys
order
had
under any
8
interpretation.
attorneys. I think it was 8 attorneys entering your appearance on this. I don't understand why 8 attorneys need to evaluate this order. I did it all by myself.
Okay.
It says that no later than 10:30 today, you're to follow the election code, and my people, my clients, representatives, are to be within 6 feet of the process.
We have read the order, and we are complying with the order, and we will discuss it with you in a bit. Okay?
The compliance is 6 feet.
What would non-compliance look like compared to this? We just got this so we can control.
Many countries across the African continent are no stranger to disputed elections and claims of voter fraud.
Legal challenges.
That's why some have observed events around the U.S. election with a wry smile. Nigerian consultant Abo Elemi.
Before now, we feel America is a model. But a soothsayer doesn't need to tell us that the America we are looking at as a model in everything is not even a model when it comes to electioneering.
In Nairobi, Maurice Nandasaba watched as Americans barricaded shops and offices, fearing looting and violence.
Something that we normally experience in Africa. Can this happen in a country that has seen democracy for centuries?
On Wednesday, the U.S. Embassy in Ivory Coast urged dialogue and a return to the rule of law following the West African nation's own disputed election on Saturday. Some took umbrage, with one Twitter user writing, "I believe the playground response is, why you talking about yourself?" Pierre Vincent Kekongo is a computer engineer in the capital, Abidjan.
We are used to seeing a country that respects rights, respects the Constitution, respects all things democratic. Now, with what we see on the television, we don't know anymore.
As well as surprise, there was also concern. Back in the Kenyan capital, resident James Inyamwaya said that Trump declaring himself president was a very dangerous trend for Africa.
Because tomorrow we are going to have leaders from all over coming to claim that they have won elections.
He added that America is losing its direction as a world leader.
All right, my name is Juan Caro. I'm gonna check a voter registration here really quick for William Bradley. I'm on the Michigan Voter Information Center. I was born in March of 1902. Get the zip code really quick. 48207. 48207. All right, so I'm checking on the Michigan Voter Information Center for William Bradley, born in March of 1902. Our friend is registered to vote. Received his application, sent his ballot, and his ballot was received and counted. This man was born in 1902. I wonder how many more of these Joe Biden has.
I'm wondering what's going on here. This dude has a fit about something. And then flips off a ballot and then crumples it up. That's not voter fraud. I don't know what is.
Election, guys? All right, and let me just ask you one thing. Where do you guys take them?
Election center. That's it.
Is that in the government building?
LA County.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Are there a lot more in there?
6 feet, please.
Okay. Thank you, guys. I just want to see because they called our state so quickly. I know. I am.
You don't have a mask either.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Are they allowed to do that?
We have put together, I think, the most extensive and inclusive voter fraud organization in the history of American politics.
So news organizations have called the state of Michigan for Joe Biden, but we're seeing a lot of strange things happen in that state tonight, including poll watchers apparently being blocked from witnessing the count. And that's not a good sign. Matt Finn has been covering from an absentee ballot counting center in the city of Detroit, and he joins us tonight. Matt, good to see you. What do you see?
Tucker, today there were some pretty tense moments inside of this room. Basically, some poll workers or some of the voting challengers told us that there was not an equal number of Democrats and Republicans in this room throughout the entire process. It led to some shoving matches or some fighting matches, and eventually police had to step in and escort people out of the absentee ballot counting room. I took these people's claims to the Secretary of State here in Michigan. A spokesperson tells us in part, quote, "These are poll challengers who have a legal avenue to address any legitimate concerns regarding any rules they claim we're not following." Now, in the midst of all that chaos, there were some windows back here that allowed for observation that were covered up with paper and posters. That led to even more confusion and outrage as protesters pounded on these windows, demanding the ability to see inside. I talked to Detroit City Attorney a short while ago. He tells us he ordered some of the windows to be covered because some of the poll workers nearest the windows were concerned that people were filming them or information on the ballots. And right now, Detroit, Tucker, tells us that it has about 1,500 absentee ballots or less to be counted, and then all of Detroit's absentee ballots will be counted. Tucker.
Matt Finn, thanks. Detroit, Michigan, one of the most mismanaged places in the Western Hemisphere. Now tonight helping to pick your president.
My name is Brian McCaffrey. I'm a registered Democrat in the city of Philadelphia. Today, I'm at the Philadelphia Convention Center, and I am overseeing the ballot counters. I will let you know the corruption that is going on here. They will not allow us within 30 to 100 feet to supervise the ballots being counted. This is a coup against the President of the United States of America, and I want to call out the Mayor of Philadelphia, James Kenney, the Attorney General, Josh Shapiro, who tweeted that there's no way Donald Trump can win President of the United States of America, and also the District Attorney of Philadelphia, Larry Krasner. I can't believe what I'm seeing right before my eyes. This has nothing to do with Joe Biden or Donald Trump. This has to do with our democracy, and I will tell you, there is corruption at the highest level in the city of Philadelphia.
They are still not in compliance. Our votes are being suppressed. We cannot count the votes properly. What's happening is they have moved the barrier up to 6 feet, but they took away the ballot machines that were in the front row and moved them to the back of the building. It's unbelievable what they're trying to do to our votes that have been legally cast. Whether you're a Democrat or a Republican, your legal votes must be tabulated, and they're not doing that. They will not let us see anything. They're trying to drown us out now where we can't be heard. We're not going away. And now we're going to take further remedy to fix this. There's a woman who was in there that Corey's going to talk to you about who represented the city with your tax dollars, and he's going to tell you what she's doing. But we are not going to stand for this. We're not going anywhere. They are defying a court order by a judge, and this is not the last of this.
Listen, guys, your taxpayer money here in the city of Philadelphia is going to a private attorney by the name of Michelle Hangley. And what she said was she would determine if the court order was valid or not. And I'll be happy to release the video of her. They have 8 attorneys fighting us to see these ballots inside. The court order is in effect. They will not give us access. And the sheriff has decided not to come down here to enforce that court order. The sheriff of your county will not come down and enforce a court order. What is going on in this city? What are you hiding? Open up the doors, let us in, let us 6 feet away so that we can have a free and fair election. Whether you voted for Donald Trump or you voted for Joe Biden, everybody has a right to witness what's transpiring here. This makes it look like a kangaroo court. We deserve better, and we're not leaving till we witness every single vote that transpires in here.
They didn't defeat one Republican incumbent, and they lost 15. And President Trump won this election, so everyone who's listening, do not be quiet. Do not be silent about this. We cannot allow this to happen before our very eyes. We unite together. And you don't need to be a Republican. You believe in every legal vote needs to count. You believe in the American process. Join together and let's stop this.
So when you go in, and you know, I'm not trying to be ignorant, but no, we don't know you. So you go in and you give them direction, and they feel they're supposed to follow it.
Ma'am.
That's not happening. Not going to happen.
I'm not giving them direction. It's the election.
No.
She's with the PA Dems, and
she's outside. She's not staying on the inside.
Conform to your ideology about this situation. But I just believe the conversation is over with.
It's a senior citizen building, and we are really, really concerned. For real, for real. So for me, for just understanding that, take the voting stuff out of it. She can go in, get her information, she gotta come out. I'm out. She's out. We're all out. What makes you think she can stay in?
the rules.
Okay, no, well, that rule ain't gonna be followed.
Okay, well,
okay.
if that's
So
your view, that's fine. But as long as you're recognizing that is a rule.
Listen, I'm not doing that. That's ridiculous.
You think you could just pull up to people's houses? No one ain't gonna phone you, Stormzy. You're disrespectful, bro. And that's that. I don't even know what's happened, but you can't just pull up to people's houses like that. Standard. Don't pull up to people's... You think you could just pull up to people's houses? No one ain't gonna phone you, Stormzy. You're disrespectful, bro. And that's that. I don't even know what's happened, but you can't just pull up to people's houses like that. Standard. Don't pull up to people's...
Guys, so CJ Pearson's here.
I know that Georgia is a red state, and these votes that they're doing, they're pulling out from wherever they are. It's simply delaying the inevitable. Donald Trump has won this state. He will win Pennsylvania, and he will be elected President of the United States. It doesn't matter how many dirty tricks they play. It doesn't matter how much fraud they engage in. It doesn't matter every single attempt they make to invalidate the will of the people. It will be returned, and Donald Trump will be the president of these United States.
Woo!
This election. He has won. And at the end of the day, like I said, we will fight them at every turn, and it's so important that we do that. The reason why is if we let them win this time, if we let them play these games this time, and we let them get away with it, they will do it again in 2024, they'll do it in 2028, they'll do it in 2032, and that is why we are here today, to let them know that we are not giving them a blank check to commit fraud, a blank check to steal elections, that we will fight back, that the people will come together, we will join together, and we will ensure that democracy wins the day, that a republic is worth fighting for. And that is why it is so important that patriots like you, every single person on this street today, are coming together and saying that America is indeed a nation worth fighting for, a country worth defending. That is why we are here today.
Woo! Get everybody out in Atlanta. 12 noon tomorrow at the State Farm Arena. We're going to be back here with signs, and we're showing up because we're not going to let up until every legal ballot is accounted for and every illegal ballot that was cast is dismissed and thrown out. So keep up with us. Stolenelection.us or stopthesteal.us. Follow us, tweet at us, use hashtag StopTheSteal, but mostly engage with your friends and family. Don't just sit this one out and watch on social media. We need people in the streets. See you guys tomorrow.
That's all. It's not a problem.
Appreciate it.
That's all. Not a problem.
I mean, leave it here till I find out what they want to do with it.
Put it out there. I don't care. Whatever makes them happy. I'm not here to cause any problems. We're here for everyone to vote, Republican and Democrat. You should change your attitude, too, on how you approach people. Hey, Sean, how are you?
Seems to be pretty effective.
I got a guy here filming, and he wants the big sign thing down off the wall in front of the building, so we took it down. Just to give you a heads up. It shouldn't be on the building. Yeah, we can move it. Not a problem. Right. Not a problem. Thanks. Not a problem.
Joey, Lancelot is
I believe it's 42, I think.
See. But you know what's crazy? I can attest to this right now. And anybody wants to argue this fact, I'm ready. Because I just fucking voted twice. I just voted fucking twice. So if I just voted twice, how many times you think anybody else can vote who's, sitting here all day or whatever? I mean, I can't say who and what and where, but I just voted twice. So let me let John Nungerson know he got my vote twice. But that's the problem here. There's a problem with the city elections here. The city election board calling out Al Schmidt, City Commissioner's office. I just voted twice. Fraud alert. Voter fraud going on in Philadelphia. First of all, I wasn't even registered there. And I voted twice. Voter fraud in Philadelphia. Share the shit out of this. Voter fraud. And I don't care whose side you're on, Republican or Democrat. This is a lot more important than what candidate you're voting for. Because I don't think any election is fair in this city. Especially since I just voted twice and wasn't even registered. This is why you have to really, really, really do your homework and your research on everything, not just candidates. That's smoke and mirrors, who they put out front of